Hey guys, what's going on? You better get after it, girls. I just put this bucket in here, guys, about a half hour ago. They just found it. This thing will be swarming, and this bucket is right here. You can see right here. It'll be sucked down to here. And I'll bet you, with these hives right here, they're looking at them, they're just cranking up, they're finding this stuff. In probably 2 hours. Yeah. With this just few small amount of hives. I went around and put jars of feed on top of all these. So they gotta, I'm pumping the food to them. We'll get into these hives, and we gotta go, I think tomorrow. No. Well, I say tomorrow. Yeah, it will be tomorrow. But it'll be on this video. We're gonna use our new top injection point plug thing that we built yesterday. Anyway, girls, you better hurry up and drink this, because I hear the black buzzards are heading this way. Okay, get her done. Hey guys, we got the old beater here loaded up. This is what I do with this truck, guys. I haul beehives, I haul rocks, I haul brush. Miss Daisy and I, we cleaning up this jungle over here. Like a 12-acre jungle over here. And wild pigs come in here once in a while, deer. I got a real pretty 8-point that comes in here. But anyway, yeah, we cleaned up some brush here. We just ran one load to the dump this morning, and I got this load on. I'll probably run that down tomorrow. Gives us something to do. But you know, we did that. We did the bed here. Remember I told you with my saltwater shenanigans in this thing, we rotted out the whole bed of this truck, and then we gorilla taped it. Remember I told you that? And then we fiberglassed it. Yeah, well then after the next day, I said, you know, I need to look under here, because this seat, I had this seat reupholstered. My mechanic, I had coil springs coming through right through my seat, poking me in the butt. And you know, you just can't tolerate that much. So I told my mechanic, I said, you got a good upholstery guy? Yeah. He said, I'll take care of it for you. So he had it shipped out, and he did that. So we did that. Anyway, yeah, I had Miss Daisy in the truck with me. We hauled a load of brush, tree limbs, to the dump. And we're coming back. She said, I hear wind. I hear wind coming in this truck. And she said, your door open? I said, no. How about the window? No. I hear wind. I said, well, I didn't hear it. And I said, don't worry about it. It'll be fine, Miss Daisy. She said, I don't know. So anyway, that day I got home and I started peeling out the floor mat and all. Oh, the first thing she noticed here, when after I pulled up the floor mat and everything, and guys, I just bought a couple more of these real tree floor mats. And these are kind of good too, because it will catch some salt water if you're careful. But you know, with me out there doing nighttime gigging and stuff, cast netting, you come in, you got water in your boots. Sometimes the water's all the way up the top of your boots. And you flip your leg up, you run the water out. But you're slopping water all in here. And my mechanic told me, he says, listen, I had to make a special strap under that thing because your floor's rotting out. And I didn't think too much about it, but he said, I got her squared away now, right? I said, okay, cool, bro. So I didn't think much more about it. But after this bed thing, I thought, you know, I had to pull up that floor mat and see what's under there. Guys, when I pulled that floor mat up, right, and you got that, there's a padding under there, like a carpet padding. I pulled that up. You could have stuck your foot right through this floor in here. It was all rotted out way back in here, right? All the way rotted out back to here. My seat belt right here, guys, that anchor point used to be right here. Well, when I pulled up all that flooring, I had my seat belt, and I just pulled on it just maybe 1 pound of pressure is all, and I pulled it completely out, and the anchor bolt through here was hanging here with a rusted thing. And I said, oh, that's great. If I would have T-boned somebody or hit a palm tree, I would have been through this windshield right here, okay? Anyway, I told Miss Daisy, I said, can you come on out here a minute? I want to show you something. So she comes out, and the first thing she notices is this vice grip on here. She said, what the heck is that? I said, well, when your handle rots off and falls off, that operates the seat to flip it forward. What you do is you go in your toolbox and you get you a vice grip, and you just permanently lock it on there, and now you have, you know, a handle. Well, what happens if you need a vice grip? I said, well, I know where it's at. It's right here. She just kind of looked at me and went, I saw her eyes roll back in her head, right? And then I said, come and look at this. I said, that's not even half of the problem. I had it kind of hid over here, you know, I threw the carpet back on so she couldn't see. And then I peeled the carpet back, and she said, oh my God, what are you going to do with that? I said, well, what did I do in the back of the truck? She said, what are you going to do with that, MacGyver? I said, well, I got more Gorilla Tape, and I got to go back to Lowe's and get me a little more polyester resin. I got plenty of chop. So that's what I did. I went and Gorilla Tape, MacGyver, Gorilla Tape that all over and bridged all them holes under here with Gorilla Tape. And then I fiberglassed this, and now I got a nice strong floor in there. And then I took some black engine paint and sprayed all over it, you know, cover that ugly up. I covered ugly with more ugly. Yeah, that's how I roll. You cover up ugly with more ugly, and I get her done that way. And so what I did here for the seat belt, I came back and found some good steel back here. It was rotted out right in here, but this is all good structural steel back here. So I ran a bolt through there and put my seat belt on. But before I did any of this fiberglass, I used to use this stuff back in the day. I didn't even know they still made this stuff. I was using this stuff in the 70s because I was doing a lot of fabrication, welding, making all kinds of craziness. I even built a beehive forklift. Yeah. I built it out of a 75 Chevrolet half-ton, and I used this. I bought a forklift, front on of a forklift with all the mast and all the hydraulics, and I turned that truck into a forklift. It works slick as heck. But anyway, I used a lot of this stuff, okay? And this stuff works fantastic. You can put it in a spray bottle. And I bought more because I got to crawl underneath this truck and spray the frame down under there, anything that's rusty down there. I don't have any structural issues under this truck other than, you know, just a rusty frame a little bit, but nothing structural. But we had a little structural issue here, and I told Miss Daisy what I was going to do here, and she just kind of looked at me and went, I seen her eyes roll back, guys. And she just shook her head and she said, way to go, MacGyver. And then she just went on, you know. But she just doesn't understand I have feelings, you know. But anyway, yeah, speaking of feelings, I got guys calling me up now after they saw my video saying, Steve, what do you do? Grill, when you're grilling your steaks, do you sit there with a shotgun now? And then you have a couple more come in with, Steve, how does black buzzard taste? Yeah, I always come back with one, kind of like used steak. That's how I tell them. They taste like used steak, used ribeye. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's the little trick here, guys, on the MacGyver floor fix. I think we're done here patching up old Betsy for a while. I just had my mechanic, I came in here the other day and I jumped in and I hit the key and it went boom, it fired off. And I said, well, that's a dragon starter. So I called my mechanic And he said, didn't we put a starter in that thing a while ago? I said, yeah, we did. I thought we did, but we didn't. It was something else. So that was $175. But we just, you know, Miss Daisy says, why don't you just buy another truck? I said, why in the world would I want to buy a truck? This one's paid for, and I don't have any payments on this thing. And every time I add something to this truck, I just chalk it up as a truck payment. But, you know, and she goes, yeah, okay. And I said, listen, I'm not trying to keep up with the Joneses here, okay? I just want to get down the road and back. Okay, she said. All right. I said, this thing keeps us going. That's all I care about. She said, there you go. And I said, why would I want to buy a brand new truck and then just destroy it by throwing beehives and this kind of stuff on it right here, guys? And 57 granite stone. Why would I want to do that? She said, you got a point there, MacGyver. Okay, so that was it for Miss Daisy. She went on to something else. But anyway, I just thought I'd show you this little MacGyver stuff here that you can do with your truck too. And this stuff here works great if you can find it in your area. If you're prepping raw steel or steel that's rusting, there you go. That's it. You commercial fishermen out there, you know, you need to maybe get you some of this stuff. All right, guys, on to the next project. Hello, Martin. There's your new Michigan girl right there. She's doing all right, guy. Thought I'd show her to you. You can see the pattern she's laying up. She's doing real well. I'm gonna go ahead and put her over into a 5-frame equipment. Looks like she's just starting to lay good. There she is right there. Starting to lay on this side. She got nothing here, but I'm going to go ahead and put her in. I'm going to go ahead and put her in 5-frame equipment and pump the feed to her and let her blow that thing out. Hopefully you'll have a nice by fall. September 15th, our pepper's going to pop here, and by then she ought to be blowing that nest out. I'll probably shift her over. Either I'll stack her up. I'll probably just stack her up. I've got plenty of 5-framers, and just let her run it on up and give you a bunch of bees and equipment to play with when you get back to Florida. All right, let me get set up here, guys. I'm going to go around and hit this with some oxalic acid, these hives here, and I don't think I'm going to hit your hive just yet. I'll let them blow out that 5-frame a little bit, and then we'll hit them with some oxalic acid. Okay, Martin, I'm putting in some little bit of partially drawn here. I'm peeping her 2 frames in the center. Here's some stuff here she can jump right on. Some stuff she can jump right on and go to work here. This is 522. .522 Martin. That should be a nice fat puppy time you get back to Florida, Martin. All right, let me get on here with this other stuff here. Okay guys, little field action here. What do you want to call this thing? How about the SD vapor plug? Good as any, right? I'm going to put the hole to the front. Why? Why, you say, Steve-O? Because we got more platform to set this thing on, okay? Now, I got a gram here, and that thing ain't even a 5-frame nook, really. This is a full hive here. This Georgia hive here is a good one. I'm gonna put a 1/2 gram in here. We'll put a 1/2 gram in that thing, see how it goes. I'll put a full gram in this one. I put a little paint on them, painted them up a little bit, stuck that pencil in there, beveled it, shoved it in, hammered it in. I cut it off, I put glue on it, put it in, hammered it flush. I had a little extra paint here, so you can see where I trimmed it off with my pocket knife, the drippage. That way I got a good seal. A good seal action there, you know. Not much coming in from what I'm feeding them, guys. I'll tell you, there's not much coming in. And I was around the section here, and I don't see the tallow trees blooming yet. Looks like the gas is going in good. I don't see any gas. There's a very, very slight amount.
very slight amount of crystal solidifying. Very slight amount. Coming out the bottom good. I don't see hardly any crystal in there, but what you can do, if you see buildup, get a little bottle brush and run in there and run it around. Knock that stuff out. But there you go, guys. A little test drive for you. I would say we got a success story here on this, and this will probably be my go-to method here. What I'm going to have to do is, with the go-to, I'm going to have to do is go get some more sugar. A birdie went through just, well, I got about 30 pounds left. So I'll have to get with my baker. He'll order me some. And I think he's charging me 48 cents. I can get it for 42, but I got to drive all the way to High Springs. Daydent, High Springs. So if you guys know of a cheaper place around me here where I don't have to drive, that High Spring run is oh man, that's over 2 hours, 2.5 hours north, and I'd rather not do that. I'd rather pay my local guy here a little bit more, because he's right around the corner from me. So that's it, guys. I got to go through these colonies here. There must not be a whole lot coming in. I'll tell you what, these guys here, I filled this thing all the way up here yesterday. No, day before yesterday. And it was sloping and running out clear to this lip. And they've dug that back in there halfway. So they be hungry, guys. Alright, that's it for now. Looks like my plug trick's gonna work. Catch you on the next one, guys. Be strong, be happy, and keep getting her on, son. Keep getting her on. See ya. Alright, guys, pay attention here. They're ready to get booty now. I'm telling you, when you take that plug out, I didn't hit them with smoke. Alright, they're ready to get booty when you open that up. But after I shoot this stuff, like I just did this one, right? Oh, where did the bees go? They said, we're out of here, Steve-O. Now look at them coming back in. Right? They're coming back in to get booty. But we're moving on. We don't care. See? I have not smoked these bees. I pull that jar off, and one nailed me in the belly as soon as I did. All right. And they're right there ready to get you. You got a little stuff on that edge. Kind of scrape it off. Put it back in your little holder. These plugs do warm up because you got some hot acid hitting these things. But it's not enough to even hurt the paint. I don't see any buildup. There's a very little buildup in there, very little. It's gassing off fine. I'm thinking that's the perfect size, the 1.5 inch drilled through your donut. And the donut is 2 3/4 on the OD. The same size of them holes. All right, them bees are right up in there, right? A lot of bees. Guess what? Guess what? They are hauling booty downstairs. Hive bringing in pollen. These little nooks are getting fattened up. Tomorrow I'm going to come through here and see what I can steal. I'm not going to get crazy stealing stuff out of these hives. I just don't have that many hives to play with this year, so I don't want to rob them down much at all, especially these 5s. I want to sell them. As soon as these fatten up, they're on the market. I'm retaining most of my Georgia bee stock. I like them girls. I'll be breeding from them. And I'll be picking up packages next year too, hopefully. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, you know. So that's what we're going to do. This system, I think, is going to be my little gold standard from now on. You guys shoot these dudes any way you want to shoot them. But I think we got a success story here, guys. All right. Catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.